College. You are watching Brooklyn College Bulldogs women's volleyball on YouTube.com, your home for live Bulldog sports. Hello, everybody. I am Jonathan Pariente, along with my broadcast partner, Sean Markasick. And Sean, for the Brooklyn College women's Bulldogs, CUNYAC quarterfinal. Here they are, 13-13, and facing for the third time this year the Lehman College Lightning. And it's been a very storied rivalry this year between these two teams in two meetings this year.
A very big matchup coming up. We were here 3 weeks ago in that five-set classic, a complete back and forth both ways. And you look at what happened for that first 3 sets were back and forth. Brooklyn starts to pull away in the fourth and just completely takes over the fifth. So I feel like Lehman has definitely gotten better since then. It'll be interesting to see who comes out here and sets the pace to get things going.
Well, one of the key stories for today's game is going to be Aliyah Rafat. 996 kills. She is 4 away from reaching 1,000, which more than likely she'll accomplish that goal tonight. She's at 972 digs, and no women's volleyball player has ever gotten 1,000 digs and 1,000 kills for a career. So this is a rare bit of territory that Aliyah Rafat is closing in on, and it could be an incredible accomplishment if she can do this tonight.
And for both of them to come on the first playoff game is a big deal, too.
Yes.
It's also very interesting to see how they're going to get her going, too. Are they going to set her up for kills from the get-go? Is it going to be something that they ease into? Because she's definitely getting 4.
Yeah.
And she'll definitely get close to the digs as well, if not even past 1,000.
As well as Amra Mulic, she's closing in on 1,000 assists. All she needs is 16 more assists, and she'll reach 1,000. So this is rare, uncharted territory to see this accomplishment happen in a playoff game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what these two players are going to bring to the table this year.
History-making performances for both, as well as a history-making performance by this team across the board all season. Let's see if they can put it together in this big playoff game against a CUNYAC rival.
And we talked with Coach Agress. We talked with Coach Mickey Curtin before today's game, and one of the common themes they both talked about was, for both teams that earned their spot to get here, the Bulldogs side, Coach Agress says, we can hang with anyone. Coach Curtin kind of shares the same sentiment. Both of these teams really had to earn their way here. It was not an easy road, but they've gotten here. They're on this stage, and a possible chance for one of these two teams to play John Jay in the semifinals of the next round in the CUNYAC playoffs.
Exactly, and for a team for either of these teams to go into a team like John Jay is going to be a big test. But given how well these teams know each other, they know what the best of what each other has to bring is just being able to combat that, counter it with another punch. But for a team like Brooklyn, like Coach Agress told us, they're not only hanging with CUNYAC teams, they're hanging in there with teams outside the state, being able to bring them to sets, win sets from them.
Yep.
25-23. Same for Lehman. That game on October the 5th, they were very depleted.
Yes.
But on October 24th, at full strength, they were able to combat this team well. So this sets up for a perfect playoff setting.
If the October 24th game was any bit of a precursor to what we're going to witness tonight, and that game went 5 sets. It was 25-21, 20-25, 25-20, 13-25, 15-4. Bulldogs ended up winning that in 5 sets. And it was a battle from the beginning, and it was a battle all the way to the end. The previous matchup was a tri-match, so that was not considered a CUNYAC matchup at that point. The Bulldogs ended up winning that 3-0. But again, Lehman was a very different team back then. They were a much improved team from their second meeting. So now both teams are going to be playing roughly at full power. The Bulldogs still are going to be down Yuki El-Kotbi, but still, the Bulldogs have earned their way here. Both teams have really had to go up a very interesting road. They've had to really be battle-tested. But here they are, and one of these two teams is going to have an opportunity to go to the next round in, honestly, a CUNYAC conference that I think has gotten a little more wide open. At least Coach Curtin gave us that sentiment. It's gotten a little more wide open in CUNYAC play.
Right, you see a team like John Jay, Hunter at the top, but you see these teams breaking in, the Brooklyns, the Lehmans, and they could definitely break it for them here if they're able to go all the way. Both of these teams have the potential to do it.
And we're going to find out. These two teams are going to take the court. We'll have the first set momentarily. But for right now, we're going to take a brief break. We're going to have our national anthem being sung. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening serve here at the West Quad Gymnasium.
Thank you.
I'm sure,
They're
getting
gonna
that
be
ball
looking
into
for
her
it
hand
earlier.
to try to set it up. Joshi with a good dig. Set up by Gdansky. Aaliyah drops it, but into the net. Aaliyah was going for the kill right there, but just missed it. Hit it into the net. It's a service error.
And Lehman having 3 players right up at the net at all times, right from the get-go.
Yeah, they're going to be
Interesting
crowding
to
the
see.
front of that net every time Aaliyah has that ball going for that spike. Served over by Lehman. It was served up there by Vasquez. Alanis Vasquez. Drop down. Good dig off the ground. That was from Makowitz. Kept alive there by Panalis. Good dig by Joshi. Gdansky. Gomez. Good dig out there again by Panalis. Kept in the air by Mena. Drop down and too long on that potential spike. Bulldogs will get the point. It's 2-all.
Calderon liked that far right side last time when they played Brooklyn. Very effective, a little too long that time.
This Lehman team has lightning quick spikes on this team. They have good killers. They will serve that ball into the ground with authority. The Bulldogs have to be ready for that. Denora Gomez will serve and into the net for a service error. And it's 3-2 Lehman. So already in the early going, a little feeling out process. A couple of early service errors for both teams, Sean.
Both teams still feeling each other out here a little bit. Not getting to that second gear. I'm sure we're going to see that very shortly.
Abna Bankwa comes in replacing Panalis. And the serve in the air by Laura. Dug out by Joshi. Gdansky. Aaliyah floats it over. Oh, got it. All right, there's one kill. Aaliyah down to 3 for 1,000 kills in the match.
Very smartly played by Aaliyah. Lightly taps it into the direction of the ground. Lehman not able to maintain their composure and get that ball back up.
That's been one of the best qualities with Aaliyah's game. She has improved so much with that kill ability. She doesn't have to go for the strong kill. Sometimes it's the light tap. You don't have to go for always the big kill all the time. Sometimes it's where the defenders aren't. Joshi will serve. That's off the hands, and that is going out of bounds off the hand of Lehman. A good, strong service ace for Rudy Joshi. 67th service ace of this match of the season for Rudy Joshi. And Joshi will serve again. The Bulldogs always seem to have a different tone with each of their setters when they serve the ball. It's really incredible when you see that. Ball went a little too long there from Joshi. You have Joshi, who definitely puts a little extra on the serve, can maybe change it up. Then you have Amr, who can give it a light little float serve, but can add a little drop to the serve. The same thing for Gdansky. So it's always a little change of pace with each server the Bulldogs come with.
With Joshi, she's sort of that versatile player for this team where it's like she puts it away quick, but also makes so many great saves for them.
Dug out.
Just like that.
And there's a big save by Gomez, keeping that alive. Mena hit over the net. Aaliyah kicks it up in the air. Gdansky. Aaliyah. Good dig out there by Vasquez. Drop down and out of bounds. Alanis made that big save on the dig, but hit it out of bounds. Oh, I thought Brooklyn that was a clean out of bounds. That didn't look like it went off a Bulldog at all, but it's 5-4 Lehman.
That's 5-4 Lehman. I thought the same thing.
If it got off a hand, it must have been very, very light of a
that was
clip
definitely
off
out
of
of
the
bounds, so it definitely went off a player.
And serving it up now will be Toma. Kept alive by Gdansky. Joshi hits it over the net. Dug out. Kept alive by Lehman. Drop down. Good dig by Gdansky. Oh, and Aaliyah just stood. Aaliyah went back, and the ball dropped right in front of her, and Lehman goes up 6-4. Not often you see those miscommunications with Brooklyn. Back to serve now will be Marlena Toma. And Toma will serve it up. Dug out by Gomez. Joshi. Hit over the net by Duncan. Good save there by Mena. Dropped into the net.
Duncan
went out of bounds off the hand. And point will go to Lehman. And they take a 7-4 lead.
Kayla Duncan was ready to block that.
Yeah, just mistimed the jump a little bit. A bit of a mistimed jump. It's 7-4 in favor of Lehman. Bulldogs have been a little out of sorts the last couple of possessions here. And back to serve will be Marlena Toma. Serves it up. Dug out by Gomez. And couldn't get it over. Oh, it was just saved. Aaliyah with a big dig to save that from going over. That's on the line and in. Another point for Lehman. So Lehman now with 4 consecutive points. And timeout is called by Coach Agress. And the Bulldogs right now have just been out of sorts for the last couple of points.
Down 4, not really getting into their game, not really getting into their groove, still finding what they need to make this work. It's very interesting to see, though, how Lehman came here with a plan of, like I pointed out before, staying close to the net and also blocking up that middle because they know if Aaliyah is going to go for a kill, it's going to be either right over the net or right into the middle.
So far, for those of you listening at home, Aaliyah's got 1 kill so far, 3 more to reach 1,000 kills for her career. But right now, the Bulldogs have just looked a little out of sorts. The Bulldogs right now have just looked a little out of sorts for the last few points. And the question now, if you're the Bulldogs and this is a good timeout, they have to get situated. I get it. It's a playoff game, and definitely it's a little different playing in front of a big crowd, and there's a lot on the line. But the Bulldogs still have to stay within themselves and play their game. Do not allow the pace of the game to get away from you early. So the Bulldogs down 8-4, and we'll see if they can make adjustments here.
Find a way to control the pace once again. I'm interested to know what Coach Aggress said to them in that timeout, given that it's so early on.
It's more of just calm everybody down. I know tension, emotions are a little high. It's a big moment. There's a lot of history to be made tonight, but you can't get caught up in that. You have to focus on every point, 1 point at a time. Back to serve will be Marlena Toma. Serves it up. Dug out by Gomez. It went, and again it went off the hands of Duncan. And right now the Bulldogs are just not getting anything going. They've had a lot of trouble returning serve. Suddenly for the last 5 points.
They don't really seem set on the court either. That last Lehman serve, Duncan was sort of scrambling to the ball.
Back to serve will be Lehman. Toma will serve it up. And that is out of bounds. And that finally ends Lehman's run. So the Lehman had scored the last 5 points. Now the Bulldogs finally break that cycle, and they're trailing 9-5. And now it'll be Amr Mulic to serve for Brooklyn. And let's see if the Bulldogs, maybe that could turn things around for Brooklyn.
Mulic back into the game.
And Mulic will serve it up. Good low serve, dug out, kept alive by Mena. And dropped out and buried on the kill by Mena. And Lehman goes up 10-5 here in the first set.
That kill was perfectly placed.
And that was
right
a big kill.
Yeah.
You could hear the emotion on that kill as well. Lehman was waiting for that kill all day. Calderon now will serve for the Lightning. And serving it up, Calderon. And again, off the hands of Gomez. And Gomez got caught in between. And now the Lightning are continuing to pull ahead as the Bulldogs are just having a lot of trouble returning serve.
We have not seen the Bulldogs struggle to start a game like this in a while.
It's clear. I think they look a little shell-shocked. They look a little shell-shocked here.
Characteristic of what we have expected this team to be.
And you have to wonder what will the dug out by Aaliyah and dropped down, and no Bulldog was back, and the Lightning go up 12-5. And another timeout. Nope. Oh, they gave the point to Brooklyn. Whoa. Brooklyn got the point. Did that kill go out of bounds?
Probably, yeah.
If that kill went out of bounds, I must have missed it.
I thought that was for Lehman's point, too, as the captain. Aaliyah goes to serve.
Aaliyah did get another dig, so that closes in the gap. Maybe does that get Lehman off their heel a little bit? Dug out by Gomez. Popped in the air by Mulic. And knocked over by Fuchsman. Kept alive by Altidore. Long shot, out of bounds. And the Bulldogs will get that point.
2 straight points for the Bulldogs.
And that's
They
big.
got the ball back.
11-7.
Reestablish momentum here.
Aaliyah now to serve for Brooklyn, trailing by 4. Rafat will serve it up. Good serve low, dug out by Alanis. And another long point out of bounds. And now the Bulldogs down 11-8.
Errors adding up here for Lehman. And a 6-point lead quickly evaporates to 3.
And you're seeing both teams very strategically and smart. You see the ball's going long, don't even put a hand on it, don't go after it. And there's a good dig by Calderon. It's knocked over the net. Gomez with a good dig. Set up by Mulic. Fuchsman buries it on the kill! And Fuchsman gives the Bulldogs 11-9. Bulldogs are down 2. It was 9-5 at one point. Bulldogs have scored 4 of the last 6.
As the crowd here at the West Quad comes alive.
Aaliyah back to serve. Bulldogs rallying back. Aaliyah serves it over. Dug out by Altidore. Knocked over the net by Mena. Dropped into the net and blocked by Kayla Duncan. And now the Bulldogs are down 11-10.
Kayla Duncan has really found the spot in this rotation, doing things like that.
Oh boy, the Bulldogs have turned it up over the last 6 points. Aaliyah ready to serve. Fires it over the net, and just missed a little long. Bulldogs she was looking for that corner line. Was going for the side, but
to put it
just
away
missed
quickly,
it.
which she has executed well all throughout the season.
Bulldogs, though, right back in this, only down 12-10, and back to serve will be Panalis. Panalis serves it up. Dug out by Joshi. Knocked over by Mulich. Duncan keeps it alive. Knocked over the net. Kept alive there by Mena. Hit over. Free ball for Brooklyn. Joshi. Fuchsman. Got it on the corner in the line. And the Bulldogs trail 12-11. Oh, beautiful setup for Danielle Fuchsman.
Perfectly played.
Bulldogs down 1. And here we are now. Bulldogs back to serve is going to be Emma Steele now for Brooklyn. Kayla Duncan and Joshi will sit. Steele will serve. Dug out there by Calderon. Knocked in the hands, blocked, but off the block of Olivia Fan, out of bounds. And Lehman will get the point. It's 13-11. Lehman ahead.
Both teams making a concerted effort, staying right towards the net. Both teams know how each other operate. It's kind of these deep balls that are getting these teams points, as well as service errors both ways.
Erica Vasquez will come in replacing Marlena Toma. And now to serve will be Anna Mena. Mena, dug out by Aaliyah. Knocked in the air by Mulich. Dropped out off the inside, block from Fuchsman. Bulldogs trail 13-12.
Fuchsman again for the same spot. Wow, far left. This time just up and over.
And now the Bulldogs will make another change. Back in comes Sydney Godansky. And back into the game comes Makowitz. Taking a seat now will be Fuchsman along with Kayla Duncan. Served over. Good serve off the end by Godansky. Knocked into the air. And the Bulldogs have a free ball. Godansky to steal. Aaliyah will hit it over. And back to go is Mena. Oh, a little in between there. Bulldogs get it back. Gomez hits it into the air. And lobbed over the air there by Godansky. Knocked into the air. That goes. Bulldogs in the block and got it. They're going to give the point to Lehman. Oh. Did someone's hand go over the net? It might have been that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one. So Lehman gets the point. Bulldogs still trail by 2. That was going to be a chance to tie. Instead, it'll be served up to Gomez. Aaliyah
nice save.
Hit over, and good save. Brooklyn kept that alive. Aaliyah with another dig. And that serve is long and out of bounds. Bulldogs trail 14-13. Very close match we're having here in the first set, as Denora Gomez will now go in position to serve. Bulldogs will make a change. Amanda Lee comes in.
It seemed like Lehman was going to pull away there a little bit in the beginning, but
Bulldogs answered back quickly. And yeah, Amanda Lee will come.
6 straight points.
Amanda Lee will come in to serve now, as Gomez will sit. And Lee sets up, fires it over the net. A good low serve, dug out there by Vasquez, by Erica. Good save by Lee. Knocked in the air by Godansky. Aaliyah buries it on the kill! And Aaliyah is 2 kills away! 2 kills away is Aaliyah! And this game is tied at 14.
Safe to say it's coming very soon.
Very soon. I think, I could tell you, I think Aaliyah can feel it too. Lee will serve it up. And a bit long. Had a little too much air on that serve. It went out of bounds. 15-14, Lehman leading. Back to serve now will be Laura. Saheim Laura will serve for Lehman. And setting it up. Serves it up. Dug out by Aaliyah. Knocked over. Rafat tried to get the kill there, but not quite. It was dug out by Laura. Fired over. Good dig out by Godansky. Kept alive by Steele. Dropped down and off the hand and down. Bulldogs tie it at 15. And you'll take those points any way you get them.
That ball was at an angle, so Lehman was not able to
pick it up.
But yeah, to hook it back up into play.
Steele will take a seat. Rudy Joshi comes in for Brooklyn. So the Bulldogs are changing things up a little bit now. They're going with Joshi now to serve. And Joshi's really been good at changing the pace of a game. So here's Joshi now to set up this service, this potential big serve. And Joshi will serve it up. Good low serve, Dug out by Alanis. Dropped off a good block there. Went off the block.
Put it away quick.
Rafat,
here we go.
Kill. Not quite. Knocked over the net. Rafat saves it. Gdansky, Aliyah, drops it. Down! Getting good! 1 kill away! 999 for Aliyah Rafat. The crowd is anticipating it. We're anticipating it. We can feel it.
Off one, and it was a soft kill, too.
A signature trademark of Aliyah Rafat, no doubt. Joshi now to serve. Fires it up. And in for a service ace! And the Bulldogs go up 2.
The momentum of this service really started to shift now.
It's really amazing how quickly it turns. You know, sometimes that big point, maybe when the Bulldogs were in that little struggle when it was 9-4 and that service error, that changed everything. The Bulldogs, since then,
that gave them possession of the ball back.
And it really allowed them to, and they found their footing since. Joshi will serve. Good low serve dug out by Altidore. Knocked into the air. Good save. What a big save by Makowitz. Good dig. Kept down by Altidore. Drops it in. Popped in the air. Joshi setting it up. Oh, it's going to be Lee who took that. Drops it up. Dropped. Oh, went off the block and down. And Lehman gets the point, trailing 17-16. Marlena Toma comes back in for the Lightning. And she'll replace Sahayam Laura. And now lining up to take the serve will be Toma. Toma readies the serve. Fires it up. Dug out by Lee. Kept alive Gdansky. Rafat. Try to get that down, but good save by Altidore. Off the dig, off the block. Drop down, and there it is! No! Yes, it is! Is that 1,000? Yes! Aliyah with her 1,000th kill! And the crowd is beginning to celebrate. It's 18-16. They'll keep play going for now. But Aliyah just picked up her 1,000th kill. It was a little in between. I couldn't tell because it went off the block, but Aliyah will get credited for the dig, for the kill, and it's her 1,000th. Timeout is called, and yeah. And now Aliyah will be honored. They'll give Aliyah her official celebration. Congratulations on her 1,000th kill.
It only took the first set for it to happen.
We knew it was inevitable. Yeah. It was coming. And you knew the Bulldogs. They wanted to make sure that 1,000 mark was reached, and well, we're going to find out momentarily, but it might have been a block, so we'll see. But we'll find out momentarily. But yeah, Lehman did call timeout, so that's why it's 18-16. So if anything, we're still of the opinion, Lehman, that Aliyah is still 1
kill away. Right?
So we're going to go still at 999 kills.
Because the way that it kind of happened,
it looked a little, it didn't look like it was
right at the net.
A climactic finish yet. Yeah. All right, but the Bulldogs have established themselves. They're up 18-16. They're in good shape here. It's a lead, but it's a slim one. The Bulldogs have to stay ahead here and keep at pace with Lehman for the rest of this set.
It's back and forth, but the momentum here is definitely with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it really turned around quickly. After the Bulldogs were behind 9-4, the Bulldogs finally... Then the Bulldogs seemed to wake up. Then they found a gear.
That one service error, the one break that Lehman gave them, and Brooklyn really took advantage.
And that's really sometimes all you need. Yep. It's something like that. One little break, and that could turn things around. And now it'll be Amra Mulic to serve for Brooklyn. And serving it up. Good high serve. Whoa! Dropped out and in for Brooklyn. Oh, boy. Lehman got caught out of sorts. That ball fell right into the campfire between the Lehman Lightning, and the Bulldogs go up 19-16. And Bulldogs back to serve. Aliyah 1 kill away from 1,000. Mulic getting ready to serve. Fires it over the net. Dug out by Lehman. Kept alive by Mena. Knocks it over the net. Lee. Aliyah for 1,000. Not yet. Kept alive by Altidore. Knocked over the net. Lee digs it out. Set up. Oh, it went backward from Aliyah, but it's okay. It's a point nonetheless, and you'll take it. Danielle Fuchsman buries that.
And Estoma went back to go get it.
2016, Brooklyn ahead. You know the crowd is anticipating that 1,000 kill. They are waiting for it. They're on their feet, as we are. Mulic back to serve for Brooklyn. Amra lines things up.
And Brooklyn with a real chance to open up the set for them.
Oh, for sure. Knocked into the air. Kept alive by Calderon. Aaliyah digs it out. Off the hand. Kept alive by Mena. Knocked in. Joshi. Aaliyah for the kill. And I got it! There it is! There it is! 1,000 kills for Aaliyah Rafat! And now the crowd can officially celebrate. Now the crowd will give Aaliyah her moment.
That last one felt anticlimactic. Let me tell you, this one didn't.
Oh, you can feel it up here. Timeout called by Brooklyn. Bulldogs up 21-16, and now they're giving Aaliyah Rafat the congratulations, the hugs, and this is a great moment for Aaliyah Rafat. Just someone, Sean, that has been a great ambassador to this game.
Yes, has really, her 4 years here has really bought in to this school. This entire team has really bought into her and her coaching staff. This team has really developed into something, and she's been the big part of it.
And you see just how well Aaliyah's loved on this team. You see what she brings to this team as a captain, and just how much this means to her. And yes, Aaliyah will now receive, and there it is, the 1,000 plaque for reaching 1,000 kills. Aaliyah has made history here tonight, and Aaliyah now is closing in on 1,000 digs now. That'll be the next mark on the record. And the Bulldogs will celebrate with Aaliyah Rafat for reaching this milestone. I don't ever remember this happening though in the middle of a game. Oh. This is a rare moment in history right here, Sean. We're witnessing.
Interesting. Well, once it happened, timeout.
Well,
let's get the ceremony on.
This is something you will tell your kids, your grandkids, where you were on this day of November 12th. Where were you on November 12th when Aaliyah made this moment happen? But now,
but if you're Brooklyn, you got to flip the page here.
Yeah, the Bulldogs still need 4 more points to lock up the first set. Bulldogs 4 points away from taking the first set, and that's the next thing on their mind. Mulic will serve it over, and it's dug out and knocked into the air, kept alive by Lehman. Off of Lee, Mulic, Buxman buries that kill, and the Bulldogs 22, Lehman 16. And right now, Sean, this Bulldogs team is playing with an extra bit of energy, a little extra life now to their game, and it's great to see.
Definitely, I feel like that Aaliyah 1,000 kill, that's definitely even boosted this team's morale.
It's gotten that up, and there's a good service ace by Rudy Joshi. Bulldogs now 2 points away from set number 1. And now, timeout called by Lehman.
As Lehman calls time, and Brooklyn is 2 points away.
Well, it's really been an incredible moment here for Brooklyn. Not too long ago, it was 9-4 when we started this set. Bulldogs were struggling. They were having issues with communication. But since then, the Bulldogs, from that point on, went on a 19-7 run since.
That one service error by Lehman, that one critical error really flipped this game around. It gave Brooklyn the opening that they needed, and they not only took advantage, but they're 2 points away from winning the first set, also up 7.
Of course, fans, a reminder, you are watching Brooklyn College Bulldogs Volleyball, CUNYAC quarterfinals on YouTube.com, your home for everything Brooklyn. We remind you, fans, tomorrow, the basketball halls and first home game of the year for the men and women's Bulldogs will be held here at the Quad on November 13th. The women's Bulldogs and the men's Bulldogs will be here on the court. And myself, Sean Markusic, and Pat Brown, we will have coverage of both games here from the Quad beginning at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. The women's Bulldogs will kick things off, followed by the men at 7:15. So we ask all of you to please tune in. And, of course, Aaliyah Rafat will be on the women's basketball team tomorrow to play her first game on the team.
Very highly anticipated seasons for both teams as Amra Mulic gets ready to serve here for Brooklyn.
Mulic getting set for the serve. Bulldogs 2 points away from taking the first set.
As Meadow Andrews checks in.
And the serve by Amra, dug out by Alanis. Knocked into the net. Good save there by Aaliyah. And Aaliyah, oh yeah, on that kill, why not? Why not, Aaliyah, get that finishing point? Why not? 1,001.
into the open space.
And that is kill number 1001.
And match point here for Brooklyn.
And now Amra with set point for Brooklyn.
And they close it out.
Amra serves. Knocked down. Good dig. Got under it by Mulic. And Aaliyah will float it over. Good save there by Calderon. Dropped, blocked out of bounds. Point will go to Lehman. So one set point save for the Lightning. And now it'll be Lehman finally to serve. And now Brooklyn looking to play the ball here and go for the finish. Calderon will serve it up. Dug out. Knocked into the air by Joshi. Kept alive by Mulic. And knocked into the air. Joshi with a nice dig. Mulic. Fuchsman buries that on the line and in.
Fuchsman.
And the Bulldogs take the first set, 25-17.
2 times previous in that set, she got 2 kills from that same exact spot. Go back to it, and they're working on it.
A very strong finish for Brooklyn College in the first set. Aaliyah Rafat with her 1,000th kill, and yep, she's going to take that 1,000 frame, give it to her family up top, and this is a very proud moment for Aaliyah Rafat. And the Bulldogs now are 2 sets away from punching their ticket to the CUNYAC semifinal. The winner of this game will play the John Jay Bloodhounds in 2 days from now. The game will be held at the Doghouse at John Jay College. The championship game of the CUNYAC tournament will be held at the Hunter Sportsplex at Hunter College later this week. But for right now, Brooklyn, Sean, you have to love the way the Bulldogs came out. You love the effort they came out with. You love how they battled back. And Aaliyah made history with her 1,000th kill.
The response from Brooklyn from the beginning of that set to now is astronomical. The way they were able to get back into it off of just one error from Lehman and just completely take advantage. It's completely interesting just to see what that team was able to do.
It takes a while, and you know this is true with any playoff game. It takes time to settle into the game. It doesn't. You don't just settle in from the very first tip-off. It could take a few minutes. It could take maybe half of the period to find your footing.
Or you have a team coming swinging out of the gates while the other team is still trying to find their footing, and then you'll eventually find the beat between both.
We got our stats for the first set, and the Bulldogs had 13 kills in that first set. The Lehman Lightning had 10. Bulldogs had no errors, at least no errors as far as attack errors. There were a couple service errors, but not attack errors, and that is huge. If you're able to take advantage of those opportunities, then the Bulldogs, you find, then they're going to be in good shape.
6 kills for Fuchsman.
And Danielle Fuchsman has really made a good name for herself in her first year, and she's becoming the next big offensive weapon for the Bulldogs. And I have no doubt that she might be able to carry on the legacy of Aaliyah Rafat going forward for the next 3 years. No doubt in my mind. Aaliyah Rafat with 5 kills, which was huge. Mulic had 7 assists, so she is closing in on 1,000 assists for her career. She just needs 9 more to reach 1,000.
Which is something that we can also see tonight, too.
Oh, without a doubt.
We got plenty of time left to play.
As for digs, and we'll go through those numbers in just a moment. Okay, Aaliyah Rafat had 5 digs, so that puts her at 22 digs away from 1,000 digs in her career. Could we see that number happen tonight? I can't say that's impossible. It could happen today. We don't know.
Get very close to it at the very least.
But depending on what happens, Aaliyah now needs only 22. Yeah, Aaliyah only needs another 23 digs to reach 1,000. As for Brooklyn now, Aaliyah with 5 kills. The Bulldogs altogether were 11 of 18 on sideouts, so 61% serving, which was big. Lehman was only 41% on sideouts, 10 of 24. Amr needs 5 assists. Okay, so 5 assists Amr needs to reaching 1,000. So thank you, Pat, for that. So 5 more assists is all that separates Amr Mulic from 1,000 assists.
As both teams switch sides here to begin the second set.
Now I'm going to be curious what the Bulldogs will come out with here in the second set. You know Lehman is going to come hard now in this one. They're not going to back down in this set. And I expect Lehman to be a lot more aggressive.
Especially in that first set, too. It seemed like Brooklyn had that first wave of offense that Lehman was able to kind of combat, and then when that happened again, you could then that was that moment where Brooklyn kind of switched in terms of the momentum of the set. But it'll be interesting to see how Lehman's able to respond.
And we're going to find out momentarily now as we're about to begin the second set. Brooklyn will serve first, and Amr Mulic will take the serve. And she serves it up. And it's dug out of the ground by Lehman. Good save, good dig. Knocked into the air, dug out by Mulich. Joshi, Fuchsman, off that right hand and down. I tell you this, Fuchsman is so dangerous. Fuchsman is so
off the game.
Fuchsman is so dangerous with that left-handed kill. And I'm telling you, the more she gets better on that, she's going to be dangerous for the Bulldogs going forward over the years. I'm telling you right now. And I think you're just beginning to see what she's capable of doing. Yeah, she's only going to get better. Only going to get better. Amra will serve for Brooklyn. Fires it over the net. Good dig out there by Calderon. Knocked into the air and hit out of bounds. And it's going to be Brooklyn. Lehman gets that point. It was off of Brooklyn out of bounds. 1-1 here in the second set.
Because it went right before the line.
Yeah. Back to serve now will be Lehman. It's going to be Anna Mena to serve. Mena lines up the serve. Takes her time. Mena will serve it over. Dug out by Joshi. Amra. Dropped down and killed! And there's another assist for Amra. 4 away from 1,000. Bulldogs now lead 2-1 here in the second set.
Beautiful ball movement here by the Bulldogs. Setting each other up. Very unselfish play here.
Bulldogs are setting the tone early. Gdansky now will serve. And hit out of bounds. Return out of bounds. That's a service ace for Sydney Gdansky. And the Bulldogs now take a 3-1 lead. Bulldogs have really settled into a groove from the middle of the first set. And now Gdansky will serve. Off the hand, another ace! It went off the hand of Alanis Vasquez.
In the first set, it's starting to happen to Lehman.
And right now, Brooklyn is tearing it up right now.
As Brooklyn leads 4-1.
Into the game now for the Lightning, by the way, is Amariah Emmanuel Tyler, the sophomore out of ASL High School from Brooklyn. She'll be coming in. She's in this game now wearing number 2. And speaking of Tyler, she hits it over the net. Joshi digs. Mulich. Aliyah buries another kill. And now 3 assists away is Amra Mulich. Aliyah with kill number 1,002.
They fought with the power right there to put it right in the middle in that open gap.
Bulldogs setting things up. Gdansky, just hit it into the net. And that breaks the Bulldogs' 4-0 run. 5-2 now in favor of Brooklyn, but the Bulldogs set the tone early.
Let's see now with possession how Lehman is able to respond here.
That's going to be big. Alanis now will serve for the Lightning. Alanis lines up the serve. Fires it over. Into the net for a service error. So right back, Lehman turned it over.
Back and forth. Service errors cancel each other out. Brooklyn gets the ball back.
And these are crucial points. You take any points you can get in games like this, particularly in playoff games. Rudy will serve it up. Joshi serves it over the net. Good low serve dug out there by Alanis. Knocked into the air. Calderon. Good save by Gdansky. Not in the air by Mulich. Aliyah tried to tip it down, but good save by Alanis. Fired it just out of bounds over the line and out. Brooklyn will get the point. Bulldogs with a 7-2 lead.
The Bulldogs at
7-2 Brooklyn ahead. Good serve, dug out. And into the air and dropped. And Brooklyn gets that point up 8-2.
And Calderon kind of looked around as to where the ball went and it went out of bounds. Bulldogs have an 8-2 lead.
Bulldogs right now.
Open up this game.
And they're already opening up as Lehman has to call time.
Timeout.
And this is not the start Lehman wanted to get off to start the second set. Right now, it's all Bulldogs. The Lightning just look completely on their heels.
How dominant the Bulldogs could be when they control the pace, control the tone of the game, control the set. We're seeing it here.
Yeah. The Lightning right now just look very intimidated. They just look they look intimidated out there right now.
They kind of look like they're standing around one step behind, whereas the Bulldogs are the ones going for the kill here.
Yeah. It's always momentum, and that's what it is. Momentum. You're all good as to the next point. Momentum can carry over to the next point. Maybe it could carry over into the next set, depending on the role the team gets on.
What we saw with the Bulldogs when they were down 9-4.
Yes.
That service error break kept the ball back and we're able to come back in the set.
So right now the Bulldogs in firm control here in the second set. I'm Jonathan Perriente alongside my broadcast partner Sean Markusic. You are watching Brooklyn College Bulldogs Volleyball on YouTube.com. We thank you so much for taking some of your Tuesday evening to join us. Brooklyn College Bulldogs with an 8-2 lead here in the second set. Bulldogs took the first set 25-17, and the Bulldogs looking to expand on that. The winner of this game will play John Jay in the CUNYAC semifinals, and that game will be held in a couple days from now at Ag House in John Jay College. Now taking the serve will be Rudy Joshi. Joshi sets it up, will serve it over. Good dig out by Altidore. It knocked into the bench, and Altidore could not pick up that serve from Rudy, and it's 9-2 Brooklyn, another service ace.
That Rudy serve was a little bit on an angle,
Yeah.
which forced Lehman to sort of change the position, change the rotation, and get back to the ball in time as Rudy Joshi goes to serve again.
Rudy's just so good at putting extra on that serve, and that's why opponents have a hard time picking up. Just like that, it went off the hand up high, but Lehman kept it alive. It's knocked over the net by Calderon, dug out by Joshi. Gdansky, good dig by Altidore, knocked over the net, and Lehman touched the net. Net violation is called. Bulldogs go up 10-2. Bulldogs expanding the lead now and pulling away early here in the second set against Lehman. Now back to serve will be Joshi. Joshi serves it up. Knocked into the air, kept alive by Aliyah. Fuchsman dropped down. A good dig there by Mena. Hit over the net. Good dig by Rafat. Mulich. Aliyah. Good block. It was off the block and kept alive by Lehman. Calderon blocked inside, and Lehman will get the point. Bulldogs played that well. It just went inside the block and down, and Lehman trails 10-3.
Lehman able to get a break there right at the net. Perfect play.
None of these points are coming easy, though, for Lehman. Bulldogs are fighting with everything to not give up 3 points. Serve over by the libero, Altidore. Knocked over the net. Fuchsman dropped it in on the line, and good. 2 more assists now remain for Mulich. Closing in on 1,000.
Mulich 6, 2 assists away.
And Mulich will sit for now. So Mulich will take a seat.
That was his 8th kill for the game.
Now, telling you, Fuchsman's coming into her own as a top scorer. And now Marrero will serve for Brooklyn. Dug out into the, it went into the net, but no net violation was called. Joshi will keep it alive. Hit into the air by Marrero. Duncan buries that kill! Kayla Duncan with the kill!
Who has really found her spot in this season. Really took
Bulldogs
full advantage.
12-3.
Get injuries to the team early in the season. Really found a spot herself.
Marrero with another good serve. Dug out. Kept alive by Lehman. It's Alanis hitting it over. Dug out by Gdansky. Marrero buried that off the ball and down. I think that was Makowitz on that.
Yeah. Makowitz gets the kill into the stanchion. Brooklyn is up 13-3. Complete control of this far.
And now here we go.
As they're
with
about halfway to 25.
Marrero now to serve. And we've seen Marrero do a lot of change of pace with her serve too.
Yes.
Definitely can take something off the serve. And there, that serve didn't have any spin, but a good serve there. On! Lehman got caught! And and another point for Brooklyn as they now go up 14-3.
Turn it over.
And right now, the mistakes are piling up for Lehman right now, and the Bulldogs are pulling ahead. Correction on my officials from earlier. It's Richard Lubin and Sammy Hahn are the officials for today's game. Lubin is up top. My apologies for the mispronunciation from a little earlier. Got the names a little mixed up. And now to serve will be Marrero. Fires it over. Good low serve dug out by, that was dug out there at the net before by Pinellas, but the Bulldogs were able to finish and get that point. They go up 15-3. Bulldogs are 10 away from taking the second set. And timeout is called by Lehman. That's their second timeout of the set. And right now, Sean, the Bulldogs are playing complete lockdown. They're completely locked in right now into this game.
This is the best version of this team. When they hold the pace, get each other points, set up for one another, and you have a team like Lehman here really playing not only just a step back, but play in reaction to everything that Brooklyn is giving them. So playing complete defense, not really setting up anything from themselves. I'm interested to know what the message here is from Coach Mickey.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's tough right now because right now Lehman just looks completely shell-shocked right now.
Right.
I mean, they knew the Bulldogs were going to come at them, but the Bulldogs have turned it up a notch. Not only from the first set, but ever since Aaliyah got her 1,000th kill, the Bulldogs have just played completely lockdown volleyball since that 1,000 was reached. Because you know the Bulldogs were trying to set up for that point, so maybe they were trying to do a couple extra plays. Now the Bulldogs don't have to think about it anymore. Now they just have to focus on the game in front of them. So when you can get that 1,000th point early, it's big. It just lets the Bulldogs relax and play the rest of their game their way. And right now it's 15-3, and Brooklyn is closing in on the second set. They just need 10 more points, and it will be Marrero to serve. And the Bulldogs looking to further build the lead. Marrero serves it up. And that serve is a little long. It went over the line, out of bounds. So that ends the Bulldogs' run. It's 15-4.
Much needed break.
That ended a 5-0 run by the Bulldogs from when it was 10-3.
Let's see what we can do with it.
Well, or wait a minute. Yeah, it's going to be Lehman. Yeah, it's going to be Lehman to serve. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to be Emmanuel Tyler to serve for the Lightning. It's 15-4. Bulldogs still have to be careful here. And that serve goes out of bounds. Another service error. And it's 16-4, Brooklyn leading. Bulldogs 9 points away. Aaliyah Rafat now to serve. Aaliyah will serve it up. Dug out of the ground by Calderon. I'm sorry, Calderon went out of bounds. Went around the antenna. Bulldogs will get the point. It's 17-4. Brooklyn leading.
Second time that has happened this game for Lehman.
And right now it's been all Brooklyn setting the pace, setting the tone. Makowitz will take a seat. Back in comes Sidney Godansky. You figure Mulich will come back into this game soon enough. Dug out. Drop down and on the line and good. And that's a good point for Brooklyn, for Lehman there. It's 17-5. Amy Kaza has checked in for Brooklyn for the first time tonight.
Perfect placement of the kill right there in that far right corner.
And now, back to serve will be Lehman. He's going to be taken by Calderon. Calderon serves it. Dug out by Joshi. Marrero. Godansky fires it back. Lehman trying to save it. They do. Joshi. Marrero. Duncan. Dropped it down. Backwards from Tyler on that potential save. Kept alive by Joshi. Marrero. Dropped it down and back to the bench and down it goes. Bulldogs get that. 18-5. Brooklyn ahead. Got to make a score correct. Yep, 18-5 now, Brooklyn. Joshi will sit. Meadow Andrews has come back in for Brooklyn. Coming out will be Calderon. Oh, now Calderon's coming back in. You have Eliane Rojas Mesa in now for, yep. So now Elaine Rojas Mesa comes in for Lehman. She'll replace Calderon. You also have Jessica Navarez in that for the Lightning. So right now, Coach Curtin is letting the kids, their younger players, come in to play out this set. Taken alive there. Brooklyn keeps it in. Godansky. Drop down. And Meadow Andrews tried to go for the kill. Could not quite knock it down. Knocked into the net. And there was multiple players hitting that. Bulldogs get the point. It's 19-5.
19-5. Can they
Brooklyn 6 points away from set number 2. And now serving will be Emma Steele. And Steele serves it over. Went off the top of the net, but kept alive. Drop down, and that's around the antenna. Bulldogs will get the point, 20-5. Bulldogs are 5 points away from set number 2.
We just done the same thing before Ariana Calderon around that net, losing points.
I don't ever recall a time I've seen Lehman outplayed like this.
No.
Ever. That's knocked over. Kept alive. Oh, went into the referee's side. And no good. Bulldogs go up 21-5.
And to go back to what you just said.
And the Bulldogs are closing in.
Just to go back to what you said, it's not an effort thing. It's the game plan here by Brooklyn.
Bulldogs have simply taken Lehman out of their game.
Everything Brooklyn is doing is working. Lehman has had no response thus far.
Back to serve will be Steele. Good low serve. Dug out by Mesa. Knocked in the air by Novarez. Kept alive. Good dig there by Gdansky. Marrero. Gdansky buries that on the kill. Bulldogs up 22-5. Bulldogs 3 points away from taking the second set. 22-5, Brooklyn leading. Steele back to serve. Steele getting ready to serve. Fires it over. Dug out by Tyler. Kept alive by Narvaez. And Aaliyah with a big one-handed kill. Bulldogs keeping it alive. Gdansky tipped it over the net. Tyler dug it out. Mesa fires it over. Dug out by Kaza. Bulldogs could not quite finish that. Bulldogs got a little caught in between. Lehman will get that point.
With the diving dig.
That was a very weird possession for that on that last one. It seemed like both sides didn't know who was going after the ball first. And now Pinellas will come out. Back in comes...
On both ends, you had players going into each other.
Erica Vasquez comes back in for Lehman. Dug out by Aaliyah. Knocked into the air by Marrero. It went into the official. It didn't go over the net. And now 2 straight points for Lehman. It's 22-7.
Some points on the board here.
Chloe Colon now comes into the game for Lehman. Now for the Bulldogs, they have some wiggle room, so it's not a big deal. But the Bulldogs do want to close out this set. And now Sahayam Laura will serve. Fires it up. Dug out by Aaliyah. Marrero. Dug out, kept alive by Laura. And dropped down, and Bulldogs will get the point. A lift was called against Lehman, and the Bulldogs are 2 points away. And now Amra Mulic will come back into the game for Brooklyn, closing in on 1,000 assists. One more assist she needs. All right. So all it takes, one more assist. Amra will serve. Bulldogs closing in on set number 2. Amra lines up the serve. Serves it over. And a good service ace. Wow. Well, talk about a surprise. And it's set point. Set point for Brooklyn, up 24-7. So Amra with a surprise service ace. And now going for the final point. Bulldogs closing in on taking a 2-0 lead. And lining it up is Amra. And it's down, and there it is. Bulldogs take the second set, 25-7.
A set that I don't think either of us expected to play out that way.
Not at all. It's just an amazing difference what one set can dictate so much for the next set after it, Sean. I've noticed that throughout this game.
Because Brooklyn kind of came back in that first set with the comeback in the beginning towards the middle, and now just completely came out with the game plan and just completely outplayed Lehman on both ends of the court here.
But now, of course, one more set remains. All the Bulldogs need to do is play out the third set, just keep themselves composed, and they can win this and go to the semifinal. But you know Lehman is not going to go down quiet, and now they're having and now Lehman is gathering together, and I can tell you, Lehman's not going to go down without a fight in the third set, I can assure you.
No, this third set, it's going to be big. I expect Lehman to come out the gates here with much more effort, much more emphasis on wanting to take over early.
Oh. We're going to have the camera turn for just a minute here in our direction. All right. And so Sean right now, there we go. And Sean right now at 25-17 and 25-7, the way the Bulldogs have changed the pace of this game from the middle of the first set has been extraordinary. It's just incredible how the Bulldogs have been able to keep this pace going and to continue to play at the way they've played from the beginning of this game.
Right. And here we have 21 kills for Brooklyn.
Wow.
Which is the story of this game. We mentioned it before, setting each other up, playing for one another, getting the best option available, and you have Lehman here hanging on the ropes, reacting to everything that you're doing, and setting up nothing of their own.
Yeah. And you know what the big thing is? And I'm reading this right here. The Bulldogs have 0 errors. No attack errors by the Bulldogs tonight. Okay, you've had a few service errors. That will happen. But attack errors are a big thing. So that means the Bulldogs are not throwing unforced errors into the ground. They're not forcing throws into the net. They're playing at a controlled pace. Right. And they're playing to their strength. And that's been the hugest difference and why the Bulldogs have been playing as well as they have today. Bulldogs went 6 of 7 on sideouts in the second set for a total of 85%. Lehman was 6 of 25, just 24%. Amra Mulic right now stands at 11 assists, so one more for her 1,000th. Aaliyah today has 6 kills. Aaliyah also today has a total of 7 digs, so closing in on that dig record of 1,000. So Aaliyah just needs another 21 more digs to reach 1,000.
21 more digs, which I don't know if I highly doubt she'll get tonight, given that this is too low, but she could get close to it.
She'll close the gap tonight, definitely.
Gap, yeah.
I think the only way, if she reaches that mark, is if the Bulldogs get to the championship game.
Yeah.
And that will be a telling sign if they can make it to that point. But right now, the Bulldogs have to focus on what's right in front of them right here, and that's taking down Lehman.
It's time.
So right now, we're going to turn things around. We're going to get to the start of the third set. So if you are Brooklyn, Sean, what should the Bulldogs be thinking here?
Stick to what we do best. Play with each other, play for each other, set each other up, and attack from the get-go.
Well,
and for Lehman, you have to come up here with an offensive game plan.
Yep. So now the Lightning bring back their starters. Abna Abankwa back in there, along with, we're also going to see Kamaria Brown into the game for the first time for Lehman. Calderon stays in there, along with Altidore, along with Anna Mena and Alanis Vasquez. So they will stay with so they're going to go back to their starting 5 to start the third set. And the Bulldogs looking to finish things off here. Now it's a matter of finding out who will get the opening serve. Whoa! Why did the Bulldogs get a yellow card? I just saw the ref hold a yellow card in his hand.
We saw Aaliyah go over to the ref.
Was it maybe for a delay in the timeout? Maybe for a long delay?
Aaliyah went over to the ref. The ref raised up a yellow card. Unsure.
It didn't cost a point, so.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, if it was a second yellow card, that would have been in soccer. That's a red card, and then that would be a player missing their next match, or et cetera.
So maybe that was just more so of a warning.
That's rare. We don't see yellow cards in volleyball. Very rare. All right, but Lehman will serve first. Brooklyn digs it out. Fuchsman blocked on that shot. Kept alive by Mulic. And dug into the net. Joshi sets it up. Mulic. Fuchsman. Kept alive by Calderon. Knocked into the air by Mena. Knocked off into the air. Oh! Lehman whiffed on the kill. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Abankwa just completely whiffed on that kill.
It was right there.
It was right there lined up and just mistimed the hit. And the Bulldogs will get the point, go up 1-0.
With that back and forth right there, Brooklyn gets a big break.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're gonna have to get breaks like that sometimes. And for the Bulldogs, that's a big one. And now Marrero to serve. Fires a low serve. Goes in and out of bounds. Brooklyn will get that. And the Bulldogs quickly go up 2-0 to start the third set. And right now, Lehman is just shooting themselves in the foot with errors.
Yes.
And they have just not been the same team since the first set. Marrero will serve it over. Good low serve, dug out by Altidore. A double fight at the net. Kicked in. Aaliyah to Marrero. Gdansky buries that inside the block on the kill. Bulldogs go up 3-0. Bulldogs starting things off strong here, and if you're the Bulldogs, you want to get this. You want to be playing, continuing at this pace, and set the tone early. Marrero off the hands of Pinellas, dug out by Aaliyah. Marrero, Duncan buries it in the block, and the Bulldogs go up 4-0. And I'll tell you what, Fuchsman has really picked it up.
As Brooklyn here has a 4-0 lead.
Back to serve Marrero. Will serve it over the net, and good, another service ace. 5-0 Bulldogs.
You can see Pinellas kind of wanted that ball to go out. That's what Lehman was thinking, but it just went.
You have to hit those serves where they ain't.
Right behind the line.
You hit them right where they aren't. That's how that goes. And another good low serve dug out by Pinellas. Rafat digs it out. Over to Marrero. Gdansky. Knocked off the hands of Mena. Pinellas. And that goes out of bounds. Bulldogs up 6-0 here in the third set. And right now, Bulldogs doing everything going the Bulldogs' way. Timeout called by Lehman.
So more back and forth here from Lehman, but those errors after error adding up here.
Again, I just don't recall a time I've ever seen Lehman playing just. It just looks like they've just packed it in.
Right.
They're just going through the motions, and that's not something you. This is not something you typically see.
They're not running
Lehman.
any real offense. They're just doing what Brooklyn gives them.
And right now, the Bulldogs have taken that momentum, and they have not let it up, not one bit. And you know what? You have to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
You got to take advantage when the opponent's struggling.
Just like they took advantage in that first set to really turn the page on this game. And really from the middle of that first set, they really never looked back.
Yep. Right now, there's only one timeout left now that Lehman has for the rest of the set.
Right.
So this is going to be very important. Lehman cannot afford to fall behind any further. We're pleased to have members of the men's basketball team joining us up here in the rafters.
Team right behind us.
And definitely tuning into this game. Brooklyn College 19 points away from taking the third set and advancing to the CUNYAC semifinals. And this has been an amazing run. For those of you just joining us, Aliyah Rafat reached 1,000 kills. Amra Mulic is closing in on 1,000 assists. With one more assist in this game, Amra will reach that mark. And that serve is long from Marrero. That's the first point for Lehman here in the third set.
Gets a big break here.
Lehman needed that point, man. They needed anything right now to get themselves back on track. And now Alanis Vasquez will serve. Good dig by Gdansky. Marrero. Fan drops it down and dropping it in for the kill. Bulldogs go up 7-1. 18 points away.
Again, that possession, Lehman just standing around.
They just don't seem, they're just not communicating right now with each other on the court. And
definitely not what we saw 3 weeks ago.
Good serve and drop down, and that went into Coach Curtin. Oh boy. 8-1, Bulldogs leading.
If you're Coach Mickey at this point, I don't really know if there's really much to be said in the huddle.
There's really not much you can say.
Right.
It just looks like that's out of bounds on that serve. Bulldogs almost had another service ace, but it missed. 8-2, Brooklyn leading. And back to serve will be Altidore. Altidore getting ready to serve. Bulldogs leading 8-2 in the third set. Altidore serves it up. Dug out by Joshi. Marrero. Duncan. Drops it down and kills it. 9-2 Bulldogs. Meadow Andrews will come in now. She'll replace Olivia Fan.
Both went for that ball, went right in between them.
And I'll tell you what, Kayla Duncan's picked up the kills in this game too.
Yeah.
And she looks a lot more confident out there, I've noticed tonight. And now Joshi will serve for Brooklyn. Fires it over the net. And that is just out of bounds. That looked close. I thought that might have clipped line. 9-3 Brooklyn. So far, all three of the Lehman points have been off Bulldog service errors.
Right. Let's see if Lehman can finally create something here.
Bulldogs with a 6-point lead.
Some sort of run, some sort
here
of
in the
momentum
third
to get
set.
them going.
Serving it up. Rafat digs it out. Marrero. Duncan. Buried that on the kill. 10-3 Brooklyn.
Kayla Duncan put a little spin on that ball.
You just love it.
And Lehman was not able to hit it straight.
Fuchsman and Mulich come back into the game, replacing Duncan and Marrero. I'll tell you what, Kayla Duncan has finally put it all together. Is really putting things together here today. She's just been so confident putting down that kill. She's not holding back anymore.
No.
And that's a very good sign to see Kayla Duncan becoming this player
throughout the season.
And it
really become a next level player.
And now she has really picked it up as the season's gone on. Fires it over the net. Drop down, and it's Meadow, Andrews, and Fuchsman assisting on the kill. It's 11-3 Brooklyn.
11-3.
Bulldogs closing in.
Brooklyn has completely taken over here.
Mulich back to serve. Bulldogs looking. Amra serves it. Dug out. Into the air. Drop down and buried by Fuchsman. 12-3 Brooklyn.
12-3.
12-3 Brooklyn ahead. And a timeout has been called. That was Lehman's second timeout. So they are out of timeouts now for the rest of this set. And right now, there just isn't much really what you can say. Lehman has just completely been taken out of their element tonight.
For Lehman, it's now or never.
It really is.
You have to have some sort of heroic comeback here to give yourself a chance going forward, because
Lehman has only scored a total of 10 points from the second set to this one. That's it.
And to start that first set, 9-4, with Brooklyn completely just skating all over the court, not really knowing what to do. That one little flip really turned this game around.
You are watching Brooklyn College Bulldogs women's volleyball on YouTube.com. We thank you so much for taking some of your Tuesday night here to join us. I'm Jonathan Pariente, along with my broadcast partner, Sean Markusic. We remind you, fans, tomorrow night will be the first home game of the men's and women's basketball season. The women's Bulldogs will take on the St. Joseph College Brooklyn Golden Bears here at the Quad at 5 o'clock p.m. Immediately following that game, the men's Bulldogs will play the Kane University Cougars at 7:15. We will have live coverage of both games on YouTube.com. I will have the call with Pat Brown for Game 1, and Sean Markusic and Pat Brown will have the call for Game 2. In what should be a very exciting start, both the men's and women's basketball teams looking for their first win of the year. But back to the action we go. And here comes Calderon. Joshi with a good dig, kept alive. Aaliyah drops it down and in. And that's kill 1003 for Brooklyn. They go up 13-3.
There's Brooklyn once again playing at their own pace, doing whatever they want, getting whatever they want.
What you're also seeing are fast, quick points.
Yes.
You're not seeing long rallies. Yes. The Bulldogs are going for those finishing points and not wasting a beat.
They're going for the service errors.
Yeah. And you have to, it's always, I'll tell you after this point. Mulich will serve it up. Dug up by Calderon. Dropped down and blocked by Meadow Andrews.
Right at that rim.
There's a saying in all sports. Take what the defense gives you.
Right.
And it's no less true today.
Even if that's not your game plan, you have to deviate from it.
Back to serve now will be Mulich. Serves it up. Dug out by Calderon. Dropped down by Gray Tate. Kept alive by Brooklyn. Fuchsman dropped it in. Good save. Good dig. Kept alive by Calderon. Mulich. Aaliyah. Drops it down and drops. And there's 1,000 assists for Amra Mulich. And the Bulldogs celebrating that.
And she had to go nearly out of bounds to save it. What an effort.
What a night this has been for Brooklyn College. So 1,000 kills and now 1,000 assists for Amra Mulich.
What a milestone of a night for both Amra Mulich and Aaliyah Rafat, as well as for this school. as
15-3 Brooklyn
points
leading.
away
This is just a great moment.
From going to the
And timeout is called, and they'll have their moment to celebrate. And there's the 1,000 to be held for Amra Mulic as she reaches 1,000 assists. And it's been quite an amazing night here in the CUNYAC quarterfinals, and it's just really a privilege to get to stand here and witness history tonight. And now the crowd is now being made aware of what's happened here. So 1,000 kills and 1,000 assists as Amra Mulic hit her 1,000th assist on that last point. So now, if we somehow can keep this going, Aaliyah could get 1,000 digs. Not sure if it'll happen tonight, but anything's possible.
It's
just letting our man running the live stream, letting our man Shazib know. Making everybody aware of what has happened out here. But right now it is 15-3. There's still 10 more points the Bulldogs need to punch their ticket to the CUNYAC semifinal.
Had a chance to play John Jay and to compete for a chance to go to the finals on Friday.
Yeah, and that will be huge. That will be such a huge game.
Yeah.
The CUNYAC championships will be held at Hunter College at the Hunter Sportsplex. That will be at the end of the week. And we will find out. But first, this game we must have a winner decided in this game, and the Bulldogs are 10 points away from that. And Amra Mulic now will take the serve, and will fire it up. Dug out of the ground, kept alive there by Vasquez. Bulldogs with a good dig. Joshi. Fuchsman. Good dig out there by Toma. Calderon buries that on the kill. And that's the first kill the Lightning have had all game in this set.
In this set, now down 15-4.
15-4.
With the ball back.
Well, Bulldogs still need to maintain the pace they're on. Don't get complacent here. Dug out of the ground. Marrero. Fuchsman. Dug out. And dropped right in front of Gdansky. No Bulldog was back. It's 15-5. So 2 straight points for the Lightning now as they're trying to rally back. Calderon will serve it up. Dug out by Joshi. Mulic. Aaliyah buries that as ball goes out of bounds. Brooklyn goes up 16-5. If you're the Bulldogs, just take every point you get.
Yes.
No matter what it is, an error, if it's out of bounds, you take every point that comes
Lehman
your way.
From the middle of that first set, they really got into their game.
Back to serve now, Brooklyn. Fires it. Oh, great save by Joshi.
Save by Joshi.
Joshi pops it into the air. Gdansky. Bulldogs set it up. Mulic. Fuchsman buries the kill. Bulldogs on the second effort. And they go up 17-5.
Rudy Joshi save to the Mulic assist to Fuchsman. A beautifully played set there by Brooklyn as they now lead 17-5.
Bulldogs going back. (17-5) Brooklyn leading. Joshi digs it out. Popped in the air by Mulic. Aaliyah drops it down. Kept alive by Altidore. Altidore dropped. Just tipped off the hand. Lehman got a little break on that point. It's 17-6. Bulldogs still leading by 11 points.
That's a great take for Lehman serves. It's over.
And we have a whistle. I don't know what happened there. We had a little pause.
A redo? Okay.
I guess they're going to reserve.
All right.
Yep, they're going to reserve. All right. So it's going to be Cheyenne Gray Tate to serve now for Lehman. It's 18-6. And that serve is not even over the net, under the net. And the Bulldogs will get that point. It's 18-6, Brooklyn leading.
6.
Bulldogs are 7 points
Lehman
away.
Once again, handing away points here to Brooklyn.
And for the Bulldogs, you'll take those points any way you get them. Bulldogs don't want to have any momentum shifts in this match. They want to end it right here. Steele will serve it. Dug out. Kept alive by Mena. That is served out of bounds. Brooklyn will get that point. It's 19-6. Brooklyn just 6 points away. I think somebody in the audience thought it was tipped off the hand, but the referee gave the point to Brooklyn. And you know what? A little earlier, that point went against Brooklyn earlier, so you'll kind of an evening out, if you will. 19-6. Steele to serve. Steele just missed it out of bounds. And that's literally been the points Lehman has picked up. 6 of 7 points have come off errors. Actually, 5 of 7. 2 of that, one was a kill, and the other one was, well, an in-between ball that went off the net. But Lehman back to serve. It's 19-7 Brooklyn. Serving it over and out of bounds. Bulldogs smartly not playing that ball. It's 20-7, 5 points away. And now the Bulldogs will go back to serve as Alanis comes back in. Amr Mulic will sit along with Fuchsman. Marrero now to serve for Brooklyn. Fan back in there as well. Marrero served it a little bit low into the net. It's 20-8.
And Lehman gets yet another point.
Off a service error. Well, It's been all off service errors.
Yeah.
It's not even been attack errors, nothing. It's been all just, and look, service errors are going to happen. It's not like they won't happen. They will. Alanis Vasquez now will serve for Lehman. Serves it over. That was close, but I think it was going to stay. Dunk it. Oh, wow, an in-between up, and Lehman couldn't get it. 21-8. That shot took a little something. I don't know if Kayla meant for that to happen, but she took something off of that kill. The ball had so much spin.
Yep.
That ball had a ton of spin, and Lehman did not pick it up, and the Bulldogs are 4 points away. It's 21-8. Serves it over for Gdansky. Knocked into the air, kept alive. Into the net, no good. Knocked into the net by Chloe Cologne. Bulldogs are up 22-8. They're 3 points away.
3 points away from going to the semifinals.
The crowd is starting to feel it.
Yep.
Serves it over for Gdansky. It went knocked off the hands. Oh, and that's out of bounds into the stands. Bulldogs are 2 points away. It is 23-8.
This is not the game we expected coming into tonight.
Whoa. 23-8, Brooklyn leading. They are 2 points away from taking this match. Gdansky will serve. Little high serve, but good. Kept alive by Mena. Knocked over the net. Kept alive by Olivia Fan. Aaliyah Fan. Kept alive by Pinellas. Dropped down. Bulldogs kept it alive. Duncan. Oh! Went a little in between there with Steele. That's a point for Lehman. Bulldogs lead 23-9.
Hesitated to get to the ball right away, and it kind of just slipped next to her.
And now it's Altidore to serve for Lehman.
Let's see if Lehman can get something going.
Well, Bulldogs right now are in the driver's seat here. Altidore will serve. Dug out by Steele. Marrero. Lined off by Gdansky. Dug out by Steele. Marrero. Aaliyah. Aaliyah tried to drop it down. Gdansky. Marrero. Duncan buries it on the kill.
That's her right
there. Kayla
Perfectly
Duncan.
lined up for her. A straight line to the kill.
It is match point for Brooklyn College. Bulldogs 1 point away from punching their ticket to the CUNYAC semifinals. John Jay awaits the winner. Bulldogs are closing in. The crowd is starting to feel it. Joshi to serve. Goes up. Dug out by Joshi. Marrero. Gdansky buries it, and that'll do it! The Brooklyn Bulldogs have knocked off Lehman. The Bulldogs are going to the CUNYAC semifinals.
What a performance.
What a great game. What a historic night. And the Brooklyn Bulldogs, I think that's the most dominant game I've seen the Bulldogs play this year. No doubt in my mind.
Absolutely.
25-17.
And given the stage, given everything at stake, 100%.
25-17, 25-7, and 25-9. You couldn't ask for a better performance.
Better performance.
We're going to use this. Yep. So we're going to have two players from the Bulldogs joining us momentarily. And right now, Sean, we will get the stats in a moment for the for this final set. They'll be coming up to us shortly. And yep, Amra Mulic is going to get, we were wondering when Mulic was going to get that. She's going to get an official picture, a poster to put on the wall, her frame, with her 1,000th assist. So Aaliyah got one, and now Amra got one, and we hope to have the both of them up here to talk to us a little bit about it at the end of the game. And this is just a great moment if you're Brooklyn. It's just great to see history made.
Performance.
Bulldogs will all gather for a team picture. And it just really shows you how far this team came.
Yes.
We've only been doing this for a couple of years with women's volleyball, and just to see this team, how they've evolved from where they were 2 years ago to the team they've become now, and here they are now as, they play with just so much life, they play with so much joy for the game, and the play for one another is always a number you're just so happy to see. And here we have our final stats. The third set, the Bulldogs the Bulldogs had 16 kills in the third set. So 37 kills. 37 kills. Aaliyah had a total of 8 kills. Fuchsman had 9. Aaliyah also had a total of 13 digs. So Aaliyah is now 15 digs away with 985 digs. It might happen in the next game.
Yeah.
It might.
Yeah.
You had to get, you take some of those.
Chances to do it.
Very possible. And we will see if the Bulldogs are going to bring all that into the forefront going into their next game, into the semifinal. That's going to be a big game.
It's going to be a test.
And we're definitely going to see what the Bulldogs are all about. We're going to find out exactly what type of team we're going to be presented with on that night. And you know what? You can't be any more happier for them. And in a moment, we're going to have a couple of the Bulldogs up here to join us in what should be you couldn't ask for just a better game for this to happen than in a playoff game. And more importantly, when you win. Yeah. That's the most important. It just makes everything feel that much better.
From the get-go.
Yes. So now, as we await for the two Bulldogs to come up here, we also wait to speak with Coach Agress. Now you have to wonder, and Coach Agress said this at the very beginning before we came on today. He said this Bulldogs team can play with anybody. So when you hear that, to play with anybody, I think even John Jay they can play with. I think they could even play if they
could hang in with you. If they're able to come in here and blow out Lehman the way they did, they'll be able to hang with John Jay, no doubt.
I think there's nothing holding them back from it. They just have to play their game, play within themselves, and I think you'll see a lot of good things happen in this one.
Get away from their game when the game gets tough, because there's definitely going to be moments in that John Jay game that are going to be crucial for this team in terms of what they could be now and going into the future.
So now if you're Brooklyn, you'll get a couple days to rest up, get everything back in order, and as the Bulldogs will now get ready for John Jay, this is an opponent I know the Bulldogs want to have are dying for a rematch against.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
They know they had John Jay in one. They had John Jay in one in their opening set, and it did not end the way. The set did not turn out in their favor.
So not only do you look for stick up for a loss, you look for a loss in the playoff game.
Yeah. Dropped our stats there. All right. So now we just await two booties to join us up here. We await. And we'll get them in here momentarily. But so really, when you looked at how momentum changed for this Bulldogs team, and it happened, it really happened. It was 9-4. Bulldogs looked at the shorts. The Bulldogs just didn't. The Bulldogs just weren't in the game at that point. And then things changed. All right, well, we're going to get the assist. We're going to get one of the Bulldog assistant coaches. We're going to get Gregory Agress. Coach, good to see you up here. And let's bring you here into the camera. Come right here with us. First, congratulations on today's win. It was a historic night. You guys really set the tone after the first set. It was 9-9. You were trailing at one point, and you guys called timeout. If there's anything, Coach or you told the players?
We needed them to relax. When you have such a historic night coming in.
Yep, it's good. Yeah.
Okay. There's such a historic night coming in. The nerves are there. It's a playoff. There's a home atmosphere. It was one of those things where you just kind of needed to get over the hump, and we just told them to relax, play your game, and they took it to heart, and that's exactly what they did. Slow down the game, let it come to you, don't force anything.
Now, in that first set, we saw the game sort of come to you guys. You guys were able to put away some aces, get some really quick points up on the board. Not a lot of back and forth. What was the messaging there?
The message is always the same, that we are playing and we're winning as we serve. If you look at the trajectory of the team, when we serve aggressively, when we block aggressively, that sets the tone. So that was the same idea. In order to us to get from where we want to be, we need to serve aggressively. And you saw in the beginning, there were a few lollipops, there were a few service errors. Once you have those, it kind of loses the momentum. So the momentum has to be, we're coming in, we're serving 3-4 times in a row. You can get the hand swinging, you can get different looks on the passing. And that's pretty much what we wound up doing.
One of the big things that we took a note of, no attack errors. There were no, other than service errors, which is, it's going to happen. But the fact that this team made no unforced errors, no errors that could turn the tide of a match, just never allowing Lehman to find their footing.
That was probably one of the most efficient games we've played. Outside of, I believe, it was against Medgar Evers, where we had one error. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we had 36 kills, 0 errors.
Today was 37.
37. So without any errors, we are always having the opportunity to have an extra attack. When you do not have unforced errors, you are able to get a side out. You're able to get the stop that you need. They had a lot of unforced errors, and that's when the ball is going to go into your favor when you know that it's like, when LeBron James is shooting and he can't miss. It's the same idea. The floor was 60 feet wide instead of the 30, so.
Aaliyah and Amra both reached 1,000. Aaliyah reaches 1,000 kills. Amra 1,000 assists. And very soon Aaliyah closing in on 1,000 digs. Just needs another 15 more digs.
Correct.
To reach that mark up. To see how far these players have come over the last couple of years, and to see them reach this milestone in their career. What does that mean for you?
Just as a spectator, not even as a coach, is beautiful. You want to see success. We cannot perform for them. They're coming out and they're doing it, and just look at the way that they came out. It's a whole different ball game. I think Aaliyah has put us on the back, every single one of us, and has been carried. And I hope she does it, and she deserved everything that she's achieved this year. And we're hoping that she's going to be, getting the accolades she deserves, because those votes are in.
And we look forward to seeing that moving forward. Going into your very next game, it'll be the CUNYAC semifinals. You're facing John Jay, and this is a school I know you want to get back at. It's been a while
Absolutely.
since you played them. And we're going to wish you guys the very best of luck.
Thank you, and we'll take it.
Coach Gregory Agress, thank you.
Thank you,
Coach.
And we're going to get a couple players in here momentarily. Just give them one moment, please, and we will have them here. All right.
Stars of the show.
Yeah, let's bring the stars in here. And let's bring in Aaliyah Rafat. All right, made it a little easier. All right. Well, first, Aaliyah, congratulations, 1,000 kills, and that is an incredible milestone to reach. It's very hard to get that mark. For you to do it here, you're also now 15 digs away from 1,000. So we have never had a Bulldog reach 1,000 digs and 1,000 kills. For you to set the kills mark today, what does that mean for you?
I think it just, I honestly couldn't really, I just wanted to get to the next one. I don't even know how to describe it. I was just in the game, it was just another one. But then when it stopped, I had to take a second and be okay, got emotional, and then took the time out with my team, took my pictures and stuff, and then got right back out on the court and did what I do. And I think that the culmination of these 4 years have been me putting in the work, and this is my hard work.
And we've really seen how far this team's come. And Coach Agress told us this very early. this team can play with anybody. And you guys really took it to Lehman after the first set. What adjustments did you guys make from that first set on? Because it seemed like this club turned it up a notch really after you got your 1,000th kill. Then this team just really played on a different pace.
I think that we tend to do this a lot. We tend to take that first set as like a little warm-up, but I do think that the energy that came from that 1,000th kill and like taking that time out, like we just came back out like, okay, like let's start. Like we need to pick it up, and then that's what we did in the second and third set.
And for Lehman, it looked like they never really got any like offense going. What was the concerted effort there to really shut down anything that they try to do?
When I go into the huddles as a captain, I kind of just focus on our side of the net. Like, we can't control them. They're moving fast, moving slow, offense, defense. It's about our offense and our defense, and it's about us picking up the balls and us producing over the net. So whatever they're changing, even if we lose 1 point over it, we're taking that 1 point and fixing it the next one so it doesn't happen again.
We have seen so many other players all kind of follow your lead. We've now seen Fuchsman establish.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Possibly someone, maybe one day she'll reach 1,000.
Yeah.
As you have.
Yeah.
We're also seeing Kayla Duncan has found her game now, and she's playing with so much more confidence. So just to see that your leadership has really spread to the other players, and now they're really taking on the game onto themselves.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you?
I think it's just one more positive thing that I get to leave this season with, or leave this program with. There's so many things that I got out of it and that I put into it as well. But to see Danielle, oh my gosh, she came up to me and she was like, she was so proud of me. I was like, do you realize you've gotten 6 kills in a row? I'm proud of you. I love it. And I think as a freshman, she tonight was a really good night for her to show I also did all this hard work, and with everybody stepping up, we all work hard in practice to show it on the court. And this week is the time to do it, because there's nothing like this week.
Now, moving on to Thursday when you guys play John Jay, what are your initial thoughts just going into that game?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I love, whether it's basketball or volleyball, I love playing John Jay. I think it's a very competitive, very maybe more off the court game than it is on the court, but I'm just excited. I know the team is excited, and we're taking the momentum from this game into Thursday, but it comes with work that we're going to put into practice tomorrow, and it's just as much of a mental game as it is physical.
And speaking of tomorrow, you guys are playing basketball tomorrow, too.
Yep.
I trust you'll be ready to play 3 games in 3 consecutive days?
Yeah.
You ready?
Well,
no.
Oh,
you're going to take the basketball for that one?
No, I can't. I have to wait. I have to wait.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Well, that's absolutely true. All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Leah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And best of luck in the
Thank you.
semifinals. John
Bring
Jay.
my other girl in, 1,000.
Yep. Let's bring in our second star of the game, and that is Amra Mulic. Here you go.
Hello.
Amra, congratulations. 1,000 assists. It's been really a historic night. We've seen so many Bulldogs reach amazing milestones. For you to get 1,000 assists in your career, what does that mean for you?
It means everything. It shows that all the hard work paid off. From freshman year, that wasn't the position I really came here for. So, all my hard work on the side and it's showing now is just amazing. And all the coaches that helped me and teammates especially, it's amazing.
Going into tonight, was there a concerted effort to get the assist right away, or was it kind of let it just come to you, and when it happens, it happens?
I wanted it to come to me. I honestly didn't think I was going to get it today because it was 12. I was like, it's quarterfinals. I'm just going to let it come to me. I didn't think about it at all, and it came. So.
Absolutely. And, you guys really set the tone after the first set. It really seemed like this team just turned it up a notch.
Yes.
Pretty much after the 1,000th kill, and really after the timeout when you guys were trailing 9-4. What did you guys say to each other here? We got to just pick it up a little bit. We got to just find ourselves back into this game.
Yeah, basically we were saying that. We just kept saying energy and effort. I was telling them that I need to see their hearts on the floor. This is playoffs, and Rudy, she kept saying, we need to play like it's our last game, because it is, we never know when it is. So we just kept trying to remind them. And even with the 1,000 kill, that did boost our energy. So.
And now your next game, John Jay. I know this is an opponent you've been dying to see again. Been wanting this rematch.
Yes.
Now you're going to get that rematch in 2 days from now. What do you feel like you've learned from that first meeting with John Jay, and now as you look to bring it into a playoff game?
Well, the first time, we were up, 12, I believe. So I know we could take them, like showing by that. So I'm just ready to win tomorrow.
Of course, no problem.
Going into the John Jay game, are you guys going to go back and watch tape from the first game just to see what you guys could change up, or do you guys feel like you're a good enough team now that you know what you're going into come Thursday?
Yes, we are. Me and the captains, we're going to do a whole scouting report from the first game especially, and their other games that they recently, because we don't know if they changed anything up. So we're definitely going to do that so then we can have more an advantage. So.
Amr, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
Thursday.
Thank you so much.
And best of luck in the semifinals.
Thank you.
All right. And now let's bring in the man of the hour. All right, let's bring in
How you doing,
Coach
guys?
Russ. Coach, they love you. You can see it.
It's mutual.
Well,
This is my extended family.
Well, congratulations
Thank
on
you, I
today's
appreciate
win. This was, I know, a very historic night. A lot of emotions going into this. A lot of moments here. Amr reaching 1,000 assists. Aaliyah reaching 1,000 kills. Aaliyah's 15 away from 1,000 digs. And to see this team bounce back, because it got off to a little bit of a slow start in the first set, but the way this team responded from that point on, and just after the 1,000th kill, this club just turned it up to a whole new level that I've never seen before.
It's great that all our work done during the season actually are paying off right now. If you will look at our schedule, you will see very strong teams we played. We played a regionally ranked team. Hood is ranked number 1 in their region. Montclair State ranked number 5 or 6, if I'm not mistaken, in our region. So there are like plenty of strong teams we're playing during the season, and the reason was very simple. We are a very young team. We have only 2 seniors who is leaving key players, but like if you will look at the other teams, we played a couple senior nights. 4, 5, 7 girls are leaving. That's a senior class. Our senior class just 2 girls. So this team is not only very young, but have tons of potentials because we still have this pretty much everybody else coming back next year. And the idea was very simple: to get playing experience. So there was some games when I was like literally throwing in our freshmen and our sophomores so they can get better, but that's eventually pays off. The way they playing right now, they're aggressive, they're disciplined, and they doing what they need to do.
Going back to that first set, from a coaching standpoint, what wasn't working well when you guys trailed 9-4, and what really caused the switch to flip?
Energy on the court. There was no cohesiveness. I tweak a little bit, to be honest, this rotation just to give our 2 seniors chance to play together. So Leah and Sydney, they were in a lineup. Leah was in her regular rotation spot, but Sydney was not. And it took a little bit off and take a few minutes for them to get together. Once we clear up and brought the energy back to the court, everything else went straight down the line.
We have seen, and I definitely could say I saw this as the game went on, the changing of the guard has kind of been happening right before our eyes. Fuchsman is now stepping into that role that Aaliyah is going to be leaving when she leaves. And now we're starting to see Kayla Duncan really finding herself. Now, I don't think I saw any moment she did not look scared to take that kill. She was going for the ball each time, which is a big improvement from
huge improvement, and that's exactly what I've been expecting from Daniela from day one. I've been on her be aggressive, don't go down. And finally, she played today not up to the potential, but she showed her potential. So she's capable of being one of the more dominant player in the future for this college.
Going forward to John Jay, What's the game plan going into that game? What do you take away from them the first time around, and now going into it again, this time in the playoff setting?
The game plan is very simple, clear our mind, staying aggressive, and trying to minimize our own mistakes. If you remember the game, the number of our own mistakes was the girls were nervous. That was obvious. They did not have enough experience, especially freshmen and sophomores. In the course of the last months, they improved a lot, and I'm expecting us to put our best effort.
Today's game, you had 37 kills and no attack errors, no unforced, well, other than service error. Disregard service error.
Please don't start talking.
You played one of the cleaner games I've seen. Lehman you never gave Lehman any. You never allowed Lehman to kind of find their footing. Once you guys took the lead, you didn't look back.
That's how it's supposed to be. And at one point, I believe that was 15-4 in the third set. All 4 points for Lehman was our service errors. We will talk about this tomorrow. That will be addressed. Trust me.
Well, anyways, Coach, congratulations on today's win. Congrats to Aaliyah.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck in the semifinals against John Jay College.
Thank you, guys. I hope we're going to continue to build up this 1,000 club.
Oh, I think it's already beginning already. It's already happening. It's beginning now. All right.